afternoon everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel, and for today's video, I will be discussing statics of rigid body, additional sample problems tayo, no? Under the subject CECC 422 or the Civil Engineering Correlation Course 2. Okay, so we have here sample problem number 1. Add the three forces as shown in the figure. Determine its resultant and its direction. So we have here figure A and figure B na pag-iisahin po natin yung three forces into one. Then yung sa figure B din. No? So let's try solving these two problems. Okay. So first, meron tayong figure A, which is meron tayong 80 kilonewton going to the right, meron tayong 60 kilonewton going up, at meron tayong 40 kilonewton na with angle of 45 degrees with the horizontal. So gagawin natin solution number 1, A. Summation forces at x direction is equivalent kay fx, and summation forces at y direction is equivalent kay fy tayo. Then to get the angle or the direction, we need to get the theta. No? So summation forces x is equivalent kay rx. So rx is equivalent kay lahat ng papunta kay x, lahat ng nasa x-axis. So we have here 80 plus ito nandito, since pag ganun siya, magiging negative siya, opposite direction itong sa kabila. So, minus 40 cosine 45. Rx is equivalent kay, then summation forces y is equivalent kay ry. Ry is equivalent kay 60 kilonewton going up plus 40 kilonewton sine 45. So, Ry is equivalent kay. So, lagyan na sa calculator. We have 80 plus negative. Minus ko na lang. Minus 40 cosine 45 equals. So we have here 51.7 51.75 7157 7157 going to the right. Then meron tayong 60 plus 40 sine 45. So we have here 28.2843 kilonewton going up. Therefore, resultant is equivalent kay square root of rx squared plus ry squared. So r is equivalent kay diretso lang natin sa calculator. Square root of rx, which is 51.7157 squared plus 88.2843 squared. So we have here resultant is equivalent to 102.3163 kilo Newton. Then to get the direction, angle theta, tangent theta is equivalent kay Fy over Fx. So tangent theta is equivalent kay Fy, which is 88.2843 all over 51.7157. Theta is equivalent kay arctan all over 88.2843 843 all over 51.7157. So we have here theta is equivalent kay 59.6388 degrees. Therefore, yung location ng ating resultant is, sabi ko kanina, makaka-close tayo ng isang, mako-close natin itong figure na to. So, ito yung direction ng ating resultant force, which is meron tayong 59.6388 degrees. Okay? So, let's solve for the figure B. No? Figure B tayo. So, pareho lang din ang process. So, kunin ko na lang. Sa figure B, meron tayong force 80 kN downward. Meron din tayong force na 80 kN going to the left and 150 kN with 30 degrees angle southeast. No? So, meron tayong summation forces X is equivalent kay Rx. So, Rx is equivalent kay lahat ng X. So, sabihin kong going to the right is positive and going to the left is negative. So, 150 cosine 30 minus 80. Rx is equivalent kay. Then, summation forces Y is equivalent kay Ry. Meron tayong Ry is equivalent kay going down is puro negative. So, puro down naman to. So, pwede ka nang hindi ilagay ng sign. No? So, 80 plus 150 sine 30. Ry is equal to 5. So, meron tayong 150 cosine 30 minus 80. So, we have here 49.9 9038 kilonewton going to the right. Then, meron tayong 150 sine 30 plus 80. So, meron tayong 155 kilonewton going down na Ry. Then, resultant is equivalent kay square root ni Rx squared plus Ry squared. R is equivalent kay, diretso ko ulit sa calculator. We have here 49.9038 squared plus 155 squared equals, so resultant force is equivalent to 162.8354 kilonewton. Then to get the angle, tangent theta ulit is equivalent kay Ry all over Rx. So, diretso ko na sa calculator. Arc tangent, ang Ry natin is equivalent kay 155. And ang Rx natin is equivalent kay 49.904838. So, equals natin. So, we have angle of theta is equivalent kay 72.1535 degrees. So, kung ipa-plot natin siya dun sa ating figure, sabi ko ulit, magko-close yung figure natin. So, dito yung resultant force natin. Ito yung magiging resultant, which is 162.8354 with an angle of theta nandoon, which is 72.1535 degrees. Okay? So, next sample problem tayo. Okay, so next is calculate the reaction forces for the 100 kilogram cart illustrated in the figure. Determine the following. Assume B and C are frictionless in contact. Determine the reaction at A, reaction at B, and the reaction at C. So, meron daw tayong cart na kung saan ay meron 100 kilogram yung nag-act na force na kung saan pinapahanap yung reaction in contact dun sa surface natin which is itong si C, si P, at si A na nandito. Okay? So, solve natin. So, solve number 2, problem number 2, solution number 2. Okay, so kung i-analyze natin, uh, ito yung cylinder, ito yung cart natin na meron tayong force which is 100 kilogram to. 100 kilogram. Tapos meron akong force na mag-a-act reaction kay C, at reaction kay B, at reaction kay A na hinahanap. Okay? Then, kung pag sa analysis ng pag-solve nito, kailangan mo lang paghiwalayin ito. No? So, unahin mo muna kung saan yung may force ka, tapos i-transfer mo ng i-transfer yung mga reactions papunta dun sa isang para makuha mo lahat ng uh, hinahanap. Okay? Medyo nagbabagal yung Okay, so unahin muna natin dito si E. So kung i-isolate natin yung cylinder E, isolate E. So meron akong force P which is 100 kilogram. Then meron akong reaction kay C. Tapos meron akong magkakaroon ka ng reaction from between the cylinder D and E. So kailangan mong kunin yon, di ba? So para makuha natin yan, tama bang makakabuo ka ng triangle dito? Ito. Wait lang. Medyo malabo. Ito nanditong part. Yan yung magiging reaction ng CD. Okay? Tapos kung check nyo to, medyo maliit kasi dyan sa figure ko. Kung i-check nyo ito, makakabuo ka ng triangle dyan, which is pag ganito ang itsura. Ito yung reaction ni DE. Reaction ni DE, ito nanditong part. Ito, RDE. Para makuha natin yung angle, di ba ito ay 1.5 yung radius nitong cylinder dito at another 1 foot ang radius ng cylinder nandito. So para makuha natin yung yung difference nito, ito yung difference ng radius niya, tama ba? So kung meron kang 1.5 na radius tapos meron kang 1, so ito ay lalabas ay ito ay 0.5. Then para makuha mo itong length nito, tama bang dalawang radius yan? Radius ng 1.5 at radius ng 1. So lalabas yan ay 2.5. So makakakuha ka ng angle theta here dito para ma-compute mo yung hinahanap natin. Okay? So para makuha ko yung angle, so tangent, sine pala. Sine theta is opposite which is 0.5 all over 2.5. Theta is equivalent kay, bigyan natin sa calculator, arc sine 0.5 over 2.5 equals, so 11.537 degrees. Okay, so meron kang angle dito na 11.537 degrees. So ngayon, pwede mo na siyang So ngayon, pwede mo na siyang compute dito, no? Bagal ba internet? Wait. Okay. So, lagyan natin, summation forces vertical is equal to 0, up is equivalent kay down. Then, summation forces horizontal is equal to 0, up is equivalent kay going to the right is equivalent kay going to the left. So makukompute mo muna dyan is the reaction DE. No? So mag-summation forces horizontal ka lang para makuha mo yung reaction DE. So summation forces horizontal is equal to 0 pag ganito is equal to pag ganito. So RDE cosine 11.537 degrees is equivalent kay 100 kilogram. RDE is equivalent kay, lagi sa calculator, 100 over cosine 11.537 equals equals. So meron akong 102.062 which is the reaction of 0.0621 kilogram, which is the resultant, which is the reaction of RDE. Okay? So ngayon, summation forces vertical naman tayo para makuha natin yung reaction ni C. Summation forces vertical is equal to 0, up is equivalent kay down. So we have a reaction at C which is going up, and yung going down natin is si RDE sine 11.537 degrees. So si RC is equivalent kay 102.0621 sine 11.537 equals. So meron akong reaction sa C which is 20.4125 kilogram. Then para makuha mo yung pinaka-force, ay i-multiply mo lang siya ng 9.81 para makuha mo yung actual reaction, no? Actual force. So pag minultiply natin yan, RC is equivalent kay answer times 9.81 equals. So meron tayong 200.2465 Newton na reaction dun sa point C. Okay? Ngayon, kukunin natin yung reaction naman dun sa point B and point A. Okay? So ngayon, itong force na to, itong force ni RDE is ita-transfer natin papunta dito sa another cylinder. Okay? So, lipat natin. So, pwede ko lang erase siguro itong sa baba. Ito. So, makakabuo ka ng ganitong bubuo mo itong RD, tapos meron akong RA, tapos meron kang force dito. So, ito ay RDE na may angle dito which is 11.537 degrees. Okay? Then, yung angle nito, bang pag nilipat natin yan dito, tama bang itong reaction dito, A is, ito yung angle din, theta. Yung angle dito, which is, sabihin natin alpha, para tayo ito. Alpha is pareho dito. Okay, so, ngayon, para makuha natin yung angle dito, di ba meron ditong 3, 4, and 5 dito. So, para makuha natin, tangent lang natin. Tangent arctan. Opposite over 4 over 3 equals. So, meron akong angle dito, which is 53. Medyo maliit lang kasi yung board. Angle dito, 53.1301 degrees. Okay? So, ngayon, yung angle nito, itong force dito, with the vertical, is 53.1301 degrees din. Okay? So, ilagay natin sa calculator. 53.1301. So summation versus horizontal ulit tayo is equal to 0. Pag ganito is equivalent to pag ganito. So lalabas RA sine 53.1301 is equivalent kay RDE cosine 11.537. So si RA is equivalent kay, diretso ko na sa calculator equivalent kay 102 kilogram. So RDE natin ay 102.0621 cosine 11.537 all over sine 53.1301. So we have here 125 kilogram, or multiplied natin sa 9.81, answer times 9.81. 1226.2501 Newton. Yun yung value ni RA. Then to get the value of reaction sa B, summation forces vertical lang tayo is equal to 0. Up is equivalent kay down. So we have here, puro up kasi makikita niya dito sa ating drawing. Puro up. So malamang itong RB natin ay going down ang reaction natin. So up natin is RA cosine 53.1301 plus RDE sine 11.537 equals RB. RB is equivalent kay, lagyan sa calculator, RA which is 125 ulit, yung nakakilogram lang nila gagamitin ka, cosine 53.1301 plus RDE which is equivalent kay 102 when 0621 sine 11.537 equals, so meron akong reaction kay B which is 95.4125 kilogram, or multiply natin sa 9.81. Therefore, meron tayong 935.9965 Newton. So ito po yung answer para dun sa problem number 2, no? So meron tayong reaction sa C which is 200.2465 Newton, at meron tayong reaction kay B which is 935.9965 Newton, and reaction kay A which is 1226.2501 Newton. Okay? So next problem po tayo. So next problem, we have here, from the beam shown, determine the resultant force acting in the beam. Determine the location of the resultant force from support B. Okay? So, creation ko lang ulit yung kanina. So, meron tayong beam AB na 4.5 meters ang length nito, A to B. Then meron tayong cantilever na 1.5 meters. Then meron tayong varying loads from 6 kilonewton meter to 3 kilonewton meter. Then uniformly distributed along 1.5 length ng beam. Okay, so pinapahanap daw dito yung resultant force acting in the beam and determine the location of the resultant force from support P. So, hahanapin daw natin yung resultant force nito, tapos yung resultant force na mag-a-act from point B daw. So, dito. Right? So, solution tayo. Solution number 3, we have summation forces vertical is equivalent kay resultant. R is equivalent kay yung lahat ng resultant lahat ng loads, yun po yung magiging resultant force niya, no? So we have here, kunin mo lang yung area nitong buong to. So meron kang 6 plus 3 all over total length nito, which is 4.5 times 4.5 all over 2. So itong 6 plus 3 over 2 is area ng trapezoid, no? Plus 3 times 1.5. So R is equivalent kay, lagay niyo lang sa calculator, 6 plus 3 over 2 times 4.5 plus 3 times 1.5 equals. So meron tayong resultant force which is 24.75 kilo Newton. So yan po yung resultant force para dun sa hinihingi na resultant force para dun sa problem number 3. Okay, so ngayon, hahanapin natin yung location from point B naman ng point B ng resultant, no? So, ang gagawin natin, para yun ang theorem, so area times yung distance, area times yung centroidal distance niya, tapos equal dun sa resultant times yung distance din niya, no? Okay, so unahin muna natin ito. Pwede ko bang gawin tong buong triangle na to? So, pwede ko na sabihin 3 kilonewton multiplied by itong buong length na to. So, ito ay 4.5 plus 1.5. Meron akong 6, tama? 4.5 plus, may trust issue tayo kaya kailangan natin i-calculate. 1.5 equals 6. So, meron kang 6, tama? Tapos, wait lang, 3 kilonewton per meter times 6 meters times yung distance niya from point B. Tama ba ang distance niya from point B is 3 meters yun, yung kalahati ng 6. So, di ba meron kang 4.5 dito? So, pwede ko sabihin, kalahati nito ay nandito siya nag-act, which is 3 meters, 3 meters kabilaan. So, lalabas na ay 3. From point B, meron kang 1.5 dito, therefore 1.5 na lang yung natitira na distance niya, plus itong triangle na to, which is 1/2 ng 6 times 4.5 times, para makuha natin yung distance nito, tama bang 2/3? 2 over 3 ng 4.5 equals R times D. Okay? Okay. So, sana nasusundan niyo pa to kasi alam ko review course na lang tong subject ko, kaya ay kumbaga kahit pa paano dinidetail ko pa rin siya, pero kung sakali dapat dire-diretso na to. Pero yun nga, sana nag-gets ninyo yung mga distances na pinaglalagay ko dyan sa ating board. Okay? So, we have here D is equivalent kay, diretso ka ng calculator para hindi ma-access sa tinta ng pen. Okay, so we have here, susulat ko muna ito, divided by the R. No? So we have here 3 times 6 times 1.5 plus 1/2 times 6 times 4.5. Times 3 pala, hindi 6. Times 3 to. Kasi nabawas na yung kanina. Times 3 times 4.5 times the distance, which is 2/3 ng 4.5, equals over yung R natin, which is 24.75. Therefore, ito po yung magiging distance natin. So, D is equivalent kay 1.9091 meter left of B. Ito po yung sagot natin. Okay? Okay, so next problem tayo, problem number 4. Okay, problem number 4. The weights of the various components of the track are shown. Replace the system of a force into equivalent resultant force and specify its location from point A. Okay. Okay, so meron tayong track na may mga given weights, which is 3,500 pounds, 5,500 pounds dito, at meron tayong 1,750 pounds dito sa may front ng track. No, pinapahanap dito yung resultant force, tapos yung distance daw ng resultant force from point A. Actually, parang kagaya lang siya ng kaninang ginawa natin. At saka yung mga topic na to is basic, ano pa lang to ng statics of rigid body. Kaya ko siya dinidiscuss dito sa review ko kasi nga, syempre, yung mga estudyante ng pandemic ay hindi gaanong na-discussan ng maayos ng kanilang mga prof. Kaya dinidiscuss ko pa rin siya. Although review dapat to, no? Pero yun nga, para malaki din yung bintahin nila kapag nag-review sila sa board exam. Okay, solution number 4 tayo. Solution number 4. So, resultant is equivalent kay summation forces vertical lang tayo. Summation forces vertical is equivalent kay resultant. Resultant is equivalent kay 3,500 pounds, itong nandito, plus 5,500 pounds, plus 1,750 pounds. Therefore, resultant is equivalent kay 3,500 plus 5,500 plus 1,750 equals, meron tayong 10,750 pound resultant force. So ito yung resultant force. Ngayon, hahanapin natin yung force, yung location ng resultant niya. So, mangyayari, kunin lang natin yung moment pupunta dun sa A, no? Para makuha natin yung resultant. So, moment at A is equivalent kay R times D. So, lahat ng forces pupuntahin natin kay A, no? So, lalabas, we have here 3,500 multiplied by the distance ng 3,500 papunta dito kay A is 20 feet. 20 feet plus 5,500 multiplied by 6 feet minus ito, since sa kabila siya ng A, ang ikot niya ay counter-clockwise, so mag-iiba yung sign niya. So, meron tayo 1,750 multiplied by 2 feet equals 10,750 times D. So, therefore, distance is equivalent kay 3,500 times 20 plus 55 times 6 feet minus 1750 times 2 equals answer divided by 10,750 equals. So meron tayong 9.2558 2558 feet left of A. Ibig sabihin nandito yung resultant. First natin, may distance dito, papunta dito, which is 9.2558. Okay? So, yan. Next problem ulit tayo. Next problem tayo. So, the three forces act on the pipe assembly. If F1 is equivalent kay 50 Newton and F2 is equivalent kay 80 Newton, replace this force system by an equivalent resultant force and couple moment acting at O. Okay, so pagsamahin lang natin yung mga forces, makakuha na tayo ng resultant. Then, pag moment tayo sa O, makakuha na rin tayo ng couple moment. Okay? So, ito siya. Last problem natin for today's video. Tapos meron pa tayong another discussion, yung part 2 naman ng aking statics of rigid body. Ito kasi ay, actually ito ay seat work ng aking mga estudyante. No? In-solve ko lang ulit siya sa video para at least may additional sample problems din na may ma-review yung mga estudyante. Okay? So we have here this 180 Newton force in this portion. Tapos meron tayong F2. Ang F2 daw natin ay 80 Newton. Tapos meron tayong F1 which is equivalent kay 50 Newton. 50 Newton. So ngayon, summation forces vertical is equivalent kay resultant tayo. So sa resultant, up is positive, down is negative tayo. So we have here 50 going up, itong nandito, minus itong 80 going down, minus yung 180 na going down. So resultant is equivalent kay 50 minus 80 minus 180 equals 210. Negative 210 Newton, or let's say na 210 Newton downward naman tayo. Okay? Ngayon, para makuha natin yung couple moment, moment at O is equivalent kay lahat ng forces pupuntahin natin sa O. So we have here 180 perpendicular distance, clockwise ang ikot niya, counterclockwise pala, times 1.25. Then itong 80 kilonewton dito, ang ikot niya ay pag ganon, clockwise, counterclockwise pa rin, plus 80 times square root of 1.25 squared plus 0.5 squared. So, kuha ko na lang ito para diretso yung perpendicular distance. Okay? Plus, minus pala. Minus, kasi pag ganun ang ikot niya, clockwise naman. Minus 50 times perpendicular distance is from this point to this point. So, pwede kong sabihin square root ni 1.25 plus 0.75 squared plus 0.5 squared. So, MO is equivalent kay, we have here 180 times 1.25 plus 80 times square root ni 1.25 squared plus 0.5 squared plus minus 50 times the square root of 1.25 plus 0.75 squared plus zero point 0.5 squared equals. So we have here 229.625. 229.6257 Newton meter na couple moment dun sa point O. And the reaction na i-change na and the resultant force is 210 Newton. Okay? So, I hope na itong video to ay uh, kumbaga nakatulong sa mga nagre-review. Although 5 problems lang to, sana kahit yung concepts ng pag-solve is na nag-gets ninyo. Then, next video ko na lang siguro itong part 2 ng aking statics of rigid body. No? So, at tabayanan nyo yung susunod na video ko, which is itong mga pina-flash kong problems. So, part 2 naman siya ng statics of rigid body. Yung mga hindi ko na-discuss na nakaraan. Kasi di ba yung unang discussion natin is about resultant force, equilibrium, methods of joint section and members. Ngayon naman, dun sa next video ko, meron tayong friction, parabolic and catenary cables, centroid moment of inertia naman. Okay? So, hoping na panoorin niyo po yung aking video.